What's good, everybody? Hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to more CSGO news. As always, my name is Jake. Every story will be timestamped down below if you guys want to jump around as it is. Another great report thanks to Nell out there. I'll link his Twitter down below and the article for you guys. And it's a bit of a surprise, but also maybe not so much. That's Fnatic's set interest on that being Flusha alongside Golden to bring them back to the roster. Now, also really weird as well, I think kind of a cool side note. Apparently, they did have interest in Nawwk from GamerLegion. We're going to talk about GamerLegion 2 or 3 times today, but they didn't actually want to sell him, which is really cool to hear. Very, very cool to hear that a team out there that is kind of, you know, lingering, I would say. They were, I would say, stalling out ever since they lost Draken. Not really too many good results out there, but they are sticking together with this roster, at least in some fashion. I'll touch on back on that in a second here, guys. They refused to sell Nawwk, and so apparently no surprise Flusha. A bit of a surprise Golden will be back in that Fnatic roster. Super curious, right? Because we have rumors of Guardian now going to Navi, you know, double ops. Now we have double IGLs potentially going back to Fnatic. I imagine Golden would be taking the IGL reins, but yeah, you guys can read the report down below. Fnatic changes are going to happen sometime soon, and if this is the case, if it is actually Flusha alongside Golden, then JW didn't lie about it not being Freiburg. So that's good, because they would face a lot of backlash out there, and I need to apologize because I did think that Freiburg was potentially lying. So Freiburg, I am sorry for that. Fnatic changes are certainly underway. Now, also, some confirmed changes out there, guys. Neo, as of this morning, is officially out of FaZe Clan, and Guardian, well, he's pretty much there as well. He's actually been playing DreamHack qualifiers with a separate mixed team alongside other articles out there, guys. Several sources now do claim minus Neo is confirmed, and Guardian, he should be out of the way soon. So now we wait for FaZe Clan changes, guys, and we have 3 options out there. Brokey, Dick Bomb, which is Cold Zera, or Alexi B. 2 of the 3 will be joining FaZe Clan, guys, in place of Neo and in place of Guardian. And Guardian to Navi, it's well underway and also being rumored and should be happening at least sometime soon. Side note, though, really kind of interesting. Again, second story on GamerLegion. I'm going to break a record today talking about GamerLegion as many times as I do. But yeah, second story for them, guys. They actually were playing against Guardian's mixed team for those DreamHack Malmo qualifiers, and they were using Shipz, the Bulgarian player, instead of HS on that lineup. So I'm not sure if that's going to be a move for them in the future. I think it could be a promising one as well. So that team could be making changes, holding on to Nawwk, and apparently letting HS go if that is true. I've not checked their Twitters yet for replies, but they were playing against Guardian's mixed team with a new 5th, that being Shipz. And still speaking about DreamHack Malmo qualifiers, guys, cheaters were playing in the event, and it's not a surprise when ESCA is involved. Unfortunately enough, we don't have cross-platform bans. I'm sure you guys are well aware. Valve bans are separate from FACEIT bans. FACEIT bans are separate from ESCA bans, and we have many qualifiers out there through separate platforms, which those bans do not apply to every platform. Obviously, though, if you are Valve banned, kind of an overwhelming ban for a lot of players out there, but tons of players have FACEIT bans or ESCA bans, and they're allowed to compete on the cross platforms. We've seen this issue in the past of cheaters being allowed on ESCA's platform through their qualifiers, and yet again through DreamHack Malmo. Third story on GamerLegion, guys. They were forced very early on to play against a team who, of their 5 players, 3 had FACEIT bans for cheating. Pretty insane, right? It does suck, especially when it comes to third-party platforms for ESCA and FACEIT. It sucks that you can have a FACEIT ban and still play ESCA and vice versa as well. Now, luckily, it seems after being called out, at least I do believe, the team was throwing, or they were just that bad. They lost 16-1 to GamerLegion. The issue does lie, though. The fact is this: throughout these qualifiers, which we've seen in the past throughout DreamHack events as well, these tinier qualifiers, you can have some very suspicious teams out there, and it's not the fact the team can actually qualify. That's not the issue, right? If you're going to show up on LAN, you can't cheat. You'll probably be ousted then from the community altogether. It's the fact they can take opportunities away from legitimate teams earlier on in the qualifiers and then just throw their matches and never be caught later on. So they could have beat GamerLegion and all of a sudden just disqualified themselves or kind of thrown matches later on, and then we have GamerLegion who was never actually had the chance to qualify because they were beat by a bunch of cheaters. That's where the issue does lie. It still sucks. It still happens. Yes. And as per usual, Grayhound is actually back to making content. Could not be happier about that. They still need to make more videos. They've actually announced their newest member, their 5th member replacing Urcast, who will be joining his Mongolian team shortly. It will be INS, guys, now joining the roster. A very funny video, very short video. I will link down below for all of you guys. I was going to show it, but they said the F-bomb a couple times, and I didn't really want to bleep those out. So a great video linked down below for all of you guys. Also, very lastly, 2 more stories in CSGO news. Speculation has now begun for our next 2 CSGO majors players and their locations. They will, of course, both be in 2020. The first of which being speculated is now potentially Sydney, Australia. Although I'm not really trusting this source because they go back and forth on their opinion several times, saying that through Valve official emails, Valve sent emails to organizers apparently, according to the article, that said Sydney could not be a location, although it will probably be the location. They literally, in the article, they say it's very unlikely that Sydney will be a location, but it probably will be held in Sydney. So I don't know how to take this source. Apparently Sydney, Australia could be one of the options for a major in 2020. I will take that for what it's worth. There could be one in North America. Now we have Brazil, the MIBR manager himself, or management guy himself, saying, hey, come to Brazil for a major. I don't know about that. I'm joking, guys. I do think a Brazilian major would be an insane major to watch from home, from the safety of my own couch, and I think it would go well, okay? I'm joking, okay? Don't target me. I'm literally joking. It should be a good event. No matter what happens, no matter where the major is, I'm sure there are many very good cities out there, and there probably are a few in Brazil as well. So we're going to see what those solidified locations do end up being. Will we have one European, one Brazilian? Will we have one American, one European? Will we even get a major in Brazil? A giant mystery as well. So very lastly, guys, as we do enter, I think I'm finally almost caught up on all the CSGO news out there. I still have tons of esports and gaming news. We have now officially entered what could be considered one of the biggest reshuffles, one of the biggest roster change periods of all time in terms of number of free agents. I'll show you guys on screen. I've never in my time in CSGO, I don't think, seen a free agent list this extensive, especially when it comes to, IGLs or just overall, really generally top tier, close to top tier players out there. The talent list out there is absolutely insane. There are so many options for mixed teams, not too many options for acquiring entire rosters out there, and we will see what happens in the next month, how small that list can really get, how many of those players will be signed, because we know of that list, at least 4 or 5, maybe close to 10 will be signed at least, but we still have so many others out there. It's pretty shocking. As always, my name is Jake, breaking down CSGO and other gaming news here every single day. I'll see you guys back here tomorrow, okay? Maybe not. If I do, I'll see you then. Bye. I'm so alone inside.